I'm going to say something the trillion-dollar health industry never wants you to hear. And I'm saying it as an orthopedic surgeon who has spent over 3 decades treating seniors face-to-face in clinics, hospital wards, and rehab centers. After 75, walking is not enough. Not even close. For years you've been told, just keep walking, that's all you need. It sounds comforting. It's easy to remember. It feels achievable. And it quietly fuels a massive market of high-profit walking shoes, insoles, trackers, orthotics, joint supplements, and senior fitness gadgets. The walking industry alone, shoes, insoles, stabilizers, wearables, pulls in staggering amounts of money every single year. So of course nobody wants to question the story that keeps that machine running. But here is the truth I've watched play out again and again. People who walk every day, who do everything right, still end up with weak hips, fragile bones, poor balance, and devastating falls. They're shocked. Their families are shocked. They say, "How did this happen? I walk every day." The answer is simple and uncomfortable. Walking leaves nearly 40% of the muscles and systems responsible for balance, joint protection, and fall prevention completely untrained. The problem is not walking. The problem is relying on walking as if it is enough. After 75, your body changes in ways most health ads never mention. Your nervous system slows. The deep stabilizer muscles around your joints shrink. Your fast twitch fibers, the ones that react in a split second when you trip, fade away if you don't train them. Your bones quietly thin. Your joints lose power, not just flexibility. None of this is fixed by simply counting steps. You can walk for miles every day and still be one unexpected slip away from a fracture that changes everything. The good news is that your body is not finished. It can still rebuild strength, stability, and resilience at 75, 80, even 90. But it needs specific signals, movements that walking simply does not provide. Researchers and clinicians have identified 5 simple exercises that activate deep stabilizers, rebuild lost muscle fibers, reawaken reflex pathways, and drastically reduce fall risk. They require no gym, no machines, and no expensive memberships. That's exactly why you almost never see them promoted by companies that profit from your weakness. In this video, I'm going to walk you through those 5 exercises, ranked from eye-opening to absolutely critical, so you can stop relying on walking alone and start training the systems that actually keep you independent. By the end, you'll know exactly what to do, how often to do it, and how to progress safely, even if you're starting from a place of pain, stiffness, or fear. Before we dive in, I want you to take one small step for yourself. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from and whether you're over 75 or watching for someone you love. My team and I read these because this is not just about numbers and studies. It's about real people who still want to get out of a chair without help, climb a few stairs without fear, and live in their own homes as long as possible. Now let's start with number 5, the exercise that quietly strengthens a hidden support system the walking industry hopes you never learn about. Number 5, wall push-ups with progressive resistance. The name sounds almost laughably simple, but for anyone over 75, this is one of the safest and most powerful ways to restore upper body strength and joint stability. When you press against the wall, you're not just working your chest, you're engaging your shoulders, arms, upper back, core, and the tiny stabilizer muscles around your wrists and elbows that help you push up from a bed, brace against a fall, or lift yourself out of a deep chair. Those small muscles rarely get focused attention, but when they fail, everything feels. Perform wall push-ups Stand about an arm's length from a wall, feet hip-width apart. Place your palms on the wall at about shoulder height and slightly wider than shoulder width. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. No sagging belly, no arched back. Slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest toward the wall over 2 seconds. Then push yourself back to the start over another 2 seconds. The key is control, especially on the way down. That slow lowering phase is what tells your muscles, we need to be stronger. Start with 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, resting about 30 seconds between sets. Every 2 weeks, step just a little farther from the wall, or move to a slightly lower surface like a countertop. If you don't make it gradually harder, your muscles adapt and then stop improving. Beyond strength, wall push-ups send a gentle signal to your bones, especially in your wrists and arms, helping them stay dense and resilient. For many of my patients, this single exercise is the difference between struggling to push open a heavy door and feeling confident pressing their body weight into a support when they stand, transfer, or catch themselves. Do these in the morning when you're most alert, before breakfast, and always stop if you feel sharp pain rather than normal muscle fatigue. Number 4. Seated leg extensions with resistance bands. If wall push-ups protect the upper body, this exercise protects the engine of your lower body, your quadriceps, the 4 big muscles on the front of your thighs. These are your shock absorbers. When they're strong, they take the impact from walking, stairs, and standing up. When they weaken, that shock goes straight into your knees and hips, which is when pain, grinding, and stiffness begin to steal your confidence. Walking uses your quadriceps, but not enough to stop the rapid age-related decline after 75. To truly protect your knees and hips, you need focused resistance. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight and both feet flat on the floor. Loop a resistance band around one ankle and anchor the other end to a heavy table leg, or ask someone to hold it firmly. Keep your thigh pressed into the chair so only your lower leg moves. Slowly straighten your leg, lifting your foot until your knee is almost fully extended. This should take about 2 seconds. Hold at the top for 2 seconds, feeling the front of your thigh working. Then lower your foot back down over 3 seconds, keeping the band under tension the whole time. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions per leg, alternating legs between sets. If you don't feel a deep, warm burn by the last few repetitions, your band is too light. The resistance should challenge you without causing sharp pain. The beauty of the band is that resistance increases as you straighten your leg, matching your natural strength curve and forcing more muscle fibers to participate. Stronger quadriceps mean less pressure in your knees, better control on stairs and curbs, and a lower chance of your legs buckling when you turn, pivot, or step off a bus or curb. Do this exercise every other day, ideally in the afternoon when your body is warmer and less stiff. Number 3. A modified Tai Chi balance flow. This might be the most underrated tool for seniors I've ever prescribed. It doesn't just build strength, it retrains your entire balance system. As you age, your proprioception, your internal sense of where your body is in space, fades. That's why people start stumbling over nothing, wobbling when they close their eyes, or freezing in crowded spaces. Walking on flat ground does very little to restore this system. Slow, deliberate movements that challenge your balance from multiple angles do. You don't need a full Tai Chi class to benefit. A simple 3-part flow is enough. First, weight shifts. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and slowly shift your weight from one foot to the other, keeping your torso upright and your eyes forward. Move as if you're in slow motion, noticing how your feet and ankles react. Do this for about 5 minutes. Second, heel-to-toe walk. Imagine a straight line on the floor. Walk along it by placing one foot directly in front of the other, heel touching toe with each step. Move much slower than normal, around a quarter of your usual speed, so your brain can fully register each adjustment. Do this for another 5 minutes, turning around carefully when you reach the end of your space. Third, single leg stand with gentle arm movements. Holding onto a counter or chair with one hand, lift one knee toward hip height and slowly move your free arm in smooth circles. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds, then switch legs. Repeat for about 5 minutes total. Throughout this flow, breathe calmly. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4 during open, expansive movements, and exhale through your mouth for a count of 4 during closing or stabilizing movements. Practicing this 15-minute routine 3 times per week helps your inner ear, eyes, muscles, and joints relearn how to cooperate. Over time, it builds what I call a balance reserve. Extra capacity your body can call on when something unexpected happens, like a shoved grocery cart, a slippery floor, or a moving bus. Practice barefoot or in thin-soled shoes so the nerves in your feet can send rich information to your brain. Number 2. Heel drops for bone strength. If you're afraid of fractures, and you should be, because a single hip or spine fracture can change everything, this exercise deserves your full attention. Heel drops look small, but they send a powerful mechanical signal through your skeleton. We still need strong bone here. Don't shut down. Medications can help, but your bones also need impact. Without it, they gradually give up. Stand tall near a counter or wall for support. Feet hip-width apart. Rise up onto your toes as high as you comfortably can and hold for 1 second. Then let your heels drop back down to the floor with a firm, controlled tap. Not a violent slam that sends pain through your joints, and not a soft, silent landing that your bones barely feel. You're aiming for a solid, clear impact you can feel up through your legs and hips without pain. Perform about 50 heel drops in a row, taking roughly 2 seconds per repetition. This is enough to stimulate bone without overwhelming your joints when done correctly. Do heel drops on a firm surface like wood or tile, not deep carpet, and hold onto a solid surface if your balance is unreliable. If you've had severe fractures or have advanced osteoporosis, you must clear this with your doctor or physical therapist first. There are gentler variations they can show you. But for many seniors, a daily set of heel drops becomes a simple ritual. 2 minutes that quietly protects their bones every single morning. Over weeks and months, this repeated signal helps your body maintain and even rebuild bone density in the very areas most likely to fracture. Finally, number 1. Supported deep squats with extended holds. If I had to choose a single movement to predict who will stay independent and who will struggle in 5 years, it would be this one. The deep squat position involves your hips, knees, ankles, spine, and core all working together. It's how humans rested, worked, cooked, and talked for most of history. Once we replaced it with chairs, our hips tightened, our backs weakened, and our legs gradually stopped doing the heavy lifting they were designed for. To perform a supported deep squat, stand facing a sturdy support like a door frame, heavy railing, or kitchen sink. Place your feet slightly wider than shoulder width, with your toes turned out about 30 degrees. Grip the support with both hands at chest height. Slowly lower your body by pushing your hips back and down as if you're aiming for a low chair behind you. Keep your chest lifted and your spine as neutral as possible. Only go as low as feels safe at first. Your goal over time is to reach a depth where your hips are at or just below your knees. Once you reach your comfortable bottom position, hold it for 30 to 60 seconds, breathing steadily. You should feel your thighs, glutes, and core working hard to support you. During the hold, you can add tiny 1-inch pulses up and down if that helps you stay in position. When it's time to stand, press gently through your heels and take about 3 seconds to rise, never snapping your knees into a locked position. Start with 3 sets and gradually work up to 5, resting 60 to 90 seconds between sets. At first, you might rely heavily on the support with your arms. That's fine. Over a few weeks, challenge yourself to use just your fingertips, then one hand, then eventually only light contact for balance. This single exercise strengthens nearly every muscle involved in standing, climbing stairs, sitting down, getting off the toilet, and getting up from the floor. It improves blood flow to your hips and spine, opens tight joints, and reminds your body that it is still required to do real work. Do your deep squats in the late afternoon when your tissues are warmest and your joints move more freely. As always, if you have severe knee, hip, or back problems, talk to your own doctor or physical therapist before starting and work within a pain-free range. Put all 5 together and you have a complete system that walking alone will never give you. Wall push-ups for upper body strength and stability, seated leg extensions for knee and hip protection, modified Tai Chi flow for balance and coordination, heel drops for bone strength, and supported deep squats for total lower body power and independence. Walking is still valuable for your heart, mood, and circulation, but it must sit on top of this foundation, not replace it. Your body is not done responding. It is not too old to change. It simply needs the right signals, repeated consistently, at a level that challenges you without breaking you. Move slowly, focus on good form, avoid sharp pain, and give yourself permission to progress at your own pace. This video is education, not a personal medical prescription, and your own doctor's guidance always comes first. If this opened your eyes, don't just click away and forget it. Hit the like button so more seniors and their families see it instead of another ad selling them false comfort. Subscribe and turn on notifications because I'll be sharing follow-along routines and modifications for bad knees, replaced hips, and fragile backs. And most importantly, share this with one person over 70 that you care about. A spouse, a parent, a neighbor from your walking group.